seen people spilling out of pubs and clubs on a Saturday night, stumbling a bit, holding on to each other to keep themselves standing upright. But have you ever wondered why alcohol makes people fall over? Well, it's all down to the way it affects our brains and our bodies. So the neurons in our brain use chemicals called neurotransmitters to communicate. These are released by one neuron, travel across a synapse, and are received by the second neuron. And depending on the type of neurotransmitter and the type of neurons, this can have one of two effects. It can either make it more likely for the second neuron to fire and send a message, or it can make it less likely. If it's more likely, we call it an excitatory synapse, and if it's less likely, we call it inhibitory. Now, the most common inhibitory neurotransmitter in the brain is called GABA, and the most common excitatory one is called glutamate, and alcohol actually affects both of these systems. So when you have a drink, the alcohol enters your bloodstream, it travels to your brain, and here it mimics GABA. So it locks on to GABA receptors in your neurons, and because GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter, what it does is it dampens down the activity everywhere that it has locked on. Meanwhile, alcohol also blocks the release of glutamate, that excitatory neurotransmitter. So this two-pronged attack combines to make you slow, slurred, and stumbly. Alcohol's wide-ranging effects are down to its impact on different areas of the brain. Acting on your prefrontal cortex, alcohol dampens down inhibition and social anxiety, making you relaxed and chatty. As it gets to work on the amygdala, the emotional centre of your brain, alcohol can lead to increased emotions. Perhaps you're an angry drunk or a weepy one. Alcohol can also increase your libido whilst dampening down sexual ability through its effects on the hormones released by the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus. Drink too much and alcohol can start affecting your brainstem, dampening down your heartbeat and your breathing, which is why at the end of the day it can be fatal. Alcohol is really a poison. But when it comes to falling over, this is down to alcohol's effect on your cerebellum, right at the back of your brain, just above your spine. The cerebellum is responsible for fine motor movements, coordinating your body and keeping you balanced. So inhibit this area and you're going to start losing your balance, stumbling and perhaps falling over. And that's one of the things that can happen after one too many cocktails.